You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys and gals, it did not take long. It did not take long. It's just been a little over an hour since I put out the Deshaun Watson news. The news heard all around the NFL, heard all around Cleveland today. I said in that video, it was not a good thing that the Cleveland Browns, which I called them out for 3 weeks ago, decided to get cheap and not trade for Jacoby Brissett. The other one I should have mentioned, and it's my fault, was Joshua Dobbs, a guy that's been on the roster, a guy that's balling out with the Minnesota Vikings right now, that they reportedly could have got quick, fast, and in a hurry for a 5th-round pick or a 6th-round pick. One could argue maybe the Browns should have never traded him. So anyway, I dropped this news. We saw it. The Cleveland Browns put it out that there was an MRI done. He was going to be out anyway. Watson had a high ankle sprain on top of a displaced fracture in his shoulder. Now they're claiming, and this is the thing we didn't talk about, they're claiming he's going to be back next year and healthy for the start of the 2024 season. But let's be real. $230 million fully guaranteed. What do? The dead cap hit is $64 million. I kid you not. The next several years, it's $64 million every year if you choose to move on. So what do the Browns do now? Well, they're already going to start taking shrapnel from people. And Florio just put it out. He's calling them out right here. 15 days ago, the window closed for trades for the 2023 season. The Browns did not add a backup quarterback. Florio mentions one I thought about the other day, actually, because we're covering the Raiders a lot on this team. And the Raiders just benched a guy that went to the Super Bowl not too long ago. The team announced on Wednesday morning that Deshaun Watson is done for the year due to a new right shoulder injury. The job now falls to P.J. Walker with Dorian Thompson-Robinson as the backup. There were options at the trade deadline. Josh Dobbs, who was traded by the Browns to the Cardinals just before Week 1, was available. He ultimately went to the Vikings for peanuts. Jacoby Brissett, a former Brown, might have been available. Now, if you're Jacoby Brissett, could you ask for a release? Ask to be waived? And then you run the risk of somebody else grabbing him, and we're going to get to some others here. All right? It's clear whether the Browns it's unclear whether they tried to upgrade the spot behind Watson. A source with knowledge of trade dynamics now tells PFT the Browns weren't even in it, and that another team was. So the Browns weren't even trying to get him. Now it gets worse. I did the video the other day. The Rams just signed Carson Wentz. He sat around. Nobody took a chance. I mean, one could argue the Jets and the Giants should have signed Carson Wentz 2 months ago. I would certainly argue that. Matt Ryan is out there right now. Phillip Rivers, last played in 2020. And that's where the plot thickens. That is where the plot thickens on this. There's also a chance that someone like Ryan Tannehill or Jimmy Garoppolo will ask to be released. It does make some sense, folks. A lot of times when veteran quarterbacks like this get benched, and they still, obviously, I'm sure Jimmy and I'm sure Ryan both think they can still play as starters. Assuming they'd clear waivers, and that's a big assumption. All right? You're playing with fire because somebody else could grab, depending on whether or not you think it would ruin your draft stock, if you're the Giants, should they pick up a Ryan Tannehill or Jimmy Garoppolo if they're released? Yeah, except you may want a high draft pick, so you may choose to want to continue to lose in your current situation, an unofficial tank, right? That's really their only hope. Hope Tannehill or Garoppolo is asked to be waived. Hope the Titans or the Raiders will do it. Hope no one claims them. Now, nothing unless what's in it for the Titans and the Raiders? Nothing unless Tannehill or Garoppolo are claimed on waivers. The Browns could, in theory, do a wink, nod promise that they will make a waivers claim. And that's where it gets really interesting. Florio said it. We saw it when Aaron Rodgers got hurt. And it became a story. And guys, I would argue this Browns team has got a better roster than the New York Jets. They're 6-3. They feel like a Super Bowl kind of team. This defense, great. Weapons everywhere. You got Cooper out there. I mean, there's Kareem Hunt. There's weapons everywhere. We know. Njoku's out there, tight end. He says it. He just says it. Then there's the Tommy option. Would Brady do it? The phone call to find out is free. So, that takes on an interesting narrative because I come over here to the X and you got it. It's starting to show up everywhere. Tom Brady, you see it right there at the bottom right. Tom Brady is trending. Why is he trending? The Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns need to call Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Andrew Luck, Alex Smith, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Drew Brees. You can tell them, here's your chance to get a really good football team with the right QB as a Super Bowl contender if. There's a picture of Brady and Phillip Rivers right there. I mean, this is officially the most Cleveland Browns thing to happen to a 6-3 ball club. Get Tom Brady on the phone. Cleveland Browns, hey, someone get Tom Brady on the phone. Tom Brady, this is hilarious. The F you are. If in an NFL scriptwriter, I'm signing Tom Brady to the Cleveland Browns and leading them to a ring. I think it's supposed to be if I'm an NFL scriptwriter, but I get the point. I mean, Cleveland Browns, hey, Tom Brady. Hey, Tom Brady, if you're bored and really want to go down as the greatest of all time, he's the greatest of all time. All right, whether he ever comes back or not, he's the greatest of all time. Let's stop that. And be loved by some of the best fans in the world. Make it happen. I will say this. One of the most intriguing aspects of this would Brady want to come back and lead Bill Belichick's former team and a team that has not won a Super Bowl for a very long time? Would he come back to lead this franchise to a Super Bowl? I mean, that's wild. Tom Brady, please call the Browns. I mean, you can see somebody's already putting in their work on Photoshop. Hey, Tom Brady, did you know you can win another Super Bowl with the Cleveland Browns? Speak at Tom Brady into existence, Cleveland Browns. You know what to do. Sign Tom Brady. Tom Brady to the Cleveland Browns. Mark it down. Tom Brady, please come join the Cleveland Browns. Add Tom Brady, please play for my Cleveland Browns. I have a spare bedroom you can use. The ladies may not be as good looking as Giselle, but they give... God, I can't even say the rest of that. My wife's looking at me like, what? Somebody did bring up, yeah, he's got a $375 million deal with Fox. So there's that. Yeah. Yeah, at Tom Brady, I just said it. Bill Belichick never won a Super Bowl with the Cleveland Browns. You could. Yeah. You know, this person mentions Gronkowski. Would Gronkowski come back if Tom Brady agreed to come back? Because I know he says he's retired, but it does make for an interesting conversation. Could you imagine Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski running out on that field with Cleveland? I mean, I root for interesting, and that is serious NFL script writing interesting. That would be wild. And all these primetime games, they'd be trying to flex. they'd be like this nightmarish flex into situation by all these networks trying to figure out how the hell do we get Tom Brady and the Cleveland Browns in the prime time. Oh, it would become a cluster F that I think at least I would love to see, right? There's Brady right there. Right there. Got room for another ring with the Browns? Interesting. God, that'd be really interesting. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Tom Brady, I knew it. As soon as, I was like, Brady. Hello. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.